So guys, the year 2025 is coming to an end. We made it, man. We made it. It's been a ride, gotta say. So this video is not gonna be a crazy video in terms of footage. I'm not gonna look into any videos or, any news, stuff like that. I'm just gonna share my thoughts, what I think, is happening and how it's been the year for me and what I think what might happen in 2026, what is maybe coming.
Describing an underwater UFO as large as a football field, moving at hundreds of miles per hour underwater.
Have you met with people with direct knowledge or have direct knowledge yourself of non-human origin craft?
Yes, I personally interviewed those individuals.
Do we have the bodies of the pilots who piloted this craft?
Biologics came with some of these recoveries, yeah.
Aliens exist and President Trump knows about it.
The United States and Israel have been in contact with a group of aliens for years.
I'd go to the moon in a nanosecond. The problem is we don't have the technology to do that anymore. We used to, but we destroyed that technology.
We are not all to be traced back to one blob of germplasm.
And the implant is finally removed.
There's no evidence how the object got inside the body.
Can you comment on the drones?
Our military knows where they took off from. Something strange is going on. For some reason, they don't want to tell the people.
What storm, Mr. President?
You'll find out.
I'm just gonna go right into it. I do think the year 2025, at least to me, brought up the whole topic about, like, let's say UFOs, UAPs, however you want to call it, alien life, basically thinking outside of the box. Are we alone? Are there things that change the way we used to think about our world that we are living in? And I mean, it's not that I'm just starting to think like that, but I feel like the times are actually way more helping us to literally see that things are different. The way politicians are talking these days about certain topics, right? Like interdimensional beings and stuff like that, with Anna Paulina Luna and stuff like that. On Joe Rogan, man, this whole topic is coming up way more than it used to be. I feel like that's at least my observation. It could be also, a different way of perceiving things because now I'm looking more into it, of course. But a lot of sightings, man, a lot of sightings. We have the documentary, man, right? Like Day of Disclosure, which I don't think is necessarily like the crazy documentary, right? That is changing a lot of stuff. It's nothing really new if you think about it, but I feel like it can be a possibility for a lot of people to maybe start to see that it's starting to be like more, let's say, high-ranking people, a lot of officials actually starting to talk about this topic, which gives us automatically this more real thing, real vibe, that it's actually legit and not just imagination of people, talking bullshit, selling books, stuff like that. So yeah, man, I do feel there's a lot of stuff happening there. Yeah, crazy times we're living in, man. Crazy times we're living in. I'm also not just gonna focus on the UAP or alien things in the future, because it's a part, it's a part of what is happening in our life, man. But there's so much more. There's so much more. Also, what happens in politics, there's so many things, man. I don't even know where to start. It's like plasma, We can talk about plasma for ages. We can talk about ancient history, technology, ancient, buildings, stuff like that. How did people back then build things we're not able to build these days? It's like such a huge amount of information that we have to gather to actually be able to kind of maybe slowly, have small pieces of the puzzle and piece them together to maybe get a better picture of what is actually happening. And I feel like the times right now, they're supporting us as a society, or us humans, you can say, every individual. If we want to, we can step into that frequency actually to be able to see things in a different way, So I feel like, how do you say, like this fog of what kind of illusion are we living in, man? It's slowly fading away. Slowly. I mean, our world right now is like on 180, you know, everything is upside down. America's leaving the West, man, because I'm living here in Germany. So, I mean, Germany had the big brother America for like 80 years right now, you know? And I mean, now with Trump's going away. So Germany, Europe, basically is gonna be, they have to be a sovereign state again, man. Or Germany at least, you know, sovereign, like it's alone, you know, not like big daddy America is gonna be, or your big brother. You could say daddy, actually. It's not gonna be there all the time, man. So there's so many things happening on a bigger level in terms of world politics. I feel like it's like a multi-polarity in terms of how the world's gonna be in the future. You know, you're gonna have America, which is getting rid of the dependency to China. You're gonna have Europe or Middle Europe, which is probably kind of gonna be in between, you know, having deals with America and China and the East and Russia, stuff like that. But it's gonna change, man. China's doing their own thing at the moment, a lot of stuff with Russia. So, dude, there's so much stuff happening. And we had, you know, going back from politics now to things like 3i Atlas. 3i Atlas is something where I feel like it did raise a lot of question marks and a lot of questions to people in general, that there might be things that are behaving differently that we don't know everything about, you know? I mean, even now, there's still news about 3i Atlas and that it's behaving weird and, you know, not like we used to think comets behave. If it is a comet, I mean, I feel like till this day, we don't really know what it is. Lots of people are talking about that it might be some kind of energetic thing, talking about plasma, you know, coming from a time that is older than space. And some people see it as some kind of signal, you know, that might have an influence on the magnetic field of the Earth, which then has an influence on how we behave, because in the end, we're all like responding to changes in the electromagnetic field. So yeah, man, it's very, very interesting. And with this channel, I'm trying to get a grasp on what is actually happening. So in the future, I'm definitely going to look into different topics. For now, though, I do think I'm going to stick around to the UAP UFO topic for a little longer because it's definitely very interesting. I used to take a look into that whole thing every now and then, not like crazy, never dug that deep into it, which I'm changing now at the moment because I'm starting to get deeper and deeper. And yeah, man, I'm already realizing so much disinformation which is going on. Big thanks to Jay Anderson, man, also Red Panda Koala and Tupacabra for actually supporting me a lot, man. You know, got plenty of subscribers with sharing my video, which, dude, I'm so thankful for this. I don't take this for like granted, you know. It's not that I think that this is something that usually happens. So for me, this is very, very special. And yeah, man, Jay Anderson, man, even supporting me with a private message. Dude, you're a legend, man. Keep up your work, man. Stay safe, dude. Because I know you're messing with people, man. This world, dude, people talking about UAPs, and now we have this MIT guy, you know, working on some new kind of technology that could be revolutionary, and then it was dying basically now that Trump made the New Deal. So yeah, man, a lot of people that are working for very good things, you could say, which are for some reasons disappearing, man. A lot of questions where we don't really have any answers for now. Again, you know, the whole Epstein thing, man. Epstein's funding of time travel research, which I made a video about. So this is crazy, dude. It's like no one is really looking into that thing. Why would you do that if that's just like, you know, something that is not as important? So I feel there's so much stuff that we don't see. The energy of, or the, you can say, people are starting to be more direct and really want more infos. They want the truth. You know, we have David Grusch, man. David Grusch, such a legend. Like, he's speaking out about so much stuff. Just the things he said are just like mind-blowing on its own, you know, that they actually have crafted with biologics they came with, you know. So he said, yeah, man, we have bodies, basically. We have bodies. And this is huge. I mean, this is insane. We have politicians talking about like underground bases, you know, in the ocean. it's like there's more and more slowly dripping into our conscious mind, and we have new movies coming up like Disclosure Day from Spielberg, man. So I feel like we're on the right track. As I said again, a lot of disinformation, lots of BS around, so we always have to be careful. A lot of things that just want the people fighting each other, as always, because then we are not able to see what is actually happening. So even if things are, you know, a bit hot, always try to stay calm and try to relax. Don't hate the opposite one you're talking to. Even if the opinion is a different one, man, we're all different, which is good, because like this we can learn from each other. And like this, we're all looking at different things and sorting out the puzzle. So yeah, man, this year is definitely an interesting one. And I really want to keep that YouTube channel going, man. It feels really good to start that thing. I'm really, really thankful for every one of you listening to me. Yeah, man, enjoying the videos. And yeah, maybe being able to either just being entertained by what I'm saying or actually learn something. And if you have anything that you wanna see, that you feel like that could be interesting, leave it in the comments, man. Leave it in the comments. I'm gonna read every single one of those. So yeah, overall, I think the year 2026 is gonna be a very, very interesting one. I'm also a little bit into astrology, you know, so I'm actually looking up into that because it's like a very, very interesting topic as well. And yeah, man, crazy constellations going on. So lots of people from different areas say that the year 26 is gonna be very, very intense, man. So we're living in times where truth is kind of like, you know, breaking the wall, man. Truth is just coming out. Truth finds its ways. Even if you want to block it, it's just a matter of time till truth comes out. We all know that. We all experienced that in our lives. So it's gonna be very interesting, very uncomfortable for a certain time. I do feel like that, especially looking into politics and stuff like that. But the truth in the end is always the best, even if it hurts, you know? So yeah, man, that's a good way to end this video. So those are just my thoughts, man. No script, just, yeah, trying to say what I have in my mind. And again, I'm really thankful for every one of you supporting this channel. I'm very, very curious what will happen in 2026, man. We're just getting started, guys, because there's so much stuff happening. I have some nice plans for the future, so definitely stick around if you want to see more UAP sightings and seeing what is real, what might be not real, you know, looking into documentaries. Gonna start to go live as well to have you involved and being able to talk to me, man, and then we can, you know, exchange infos, just talk, have a conversation, man. I'm really looking forward to this. So guys, please have a good time with your loved ones, have a good time with your family, stay peaceful, you know, spread the love, man. We're all in the same boat. So I hope you have a good time. Enjoy the rest of the year 2025, guys. And I'm gonna see you in the next year. 2026 is gonna be an awesome one. As always, thank you so much for your support, guys. And I'm out of here. Till then, ciao, ciao.